Welcome to this video. My name is Mohammed Suleiman, and I'll be showing you how to connect Power BI to a PostgreSQL database. Right, so I have my SQL database in here, my PostgreSQL database. Right, so I'm just going to open this up. So I have 16 databases in here. So let's look for one to connect to. So I'll just connect to, I can choose either LouisDB or pretty much anyone. All right, so let's just go for the Dennis DB. All right, so you have your database within PostgreSQL and you want to connect Power BI to it. How do you do that? So this is how. So I have Dennis DB in here. That's the database I want to connect Power BI to. And I'll just collapse this for now. So if I click on schemas and I click on table, you see I have three tables in here. I have the orders table, I have the products table, I have the property info table. And I can decide to write, SQL queries against it. All right. So I just right click here, choose. I'll just say select star from orders. All right. Select star from orders, and I run that. Okay. So once I run that, you can see my output in there. So we are not here to write SQL queries. All right. What we are here to do is to connect Power BI to this database, the Dennis DB database. All I need to do is go to my Power BI, right? Go to Power BI and click on Get Data, right? Get Data. And what I want to click on is More. Click on More. Okay, click on More. All right, so that gives you more options. What we want to connect to is a database. So to filter for databases, I'll just click on database on the left here. Right, click on database, and I have all the different databases that I can connect Power BI to. All right. So, but what we want to connect to in this video is PostgreSQL database. Right. So I click on that and click on connect. Right. Click on PostgreSQL database and click on connect. So now Power BI is asking me what's the name of my server. Now, if you're working in within an organization that has a PostgreSQL database, you'll be provided with these credentials. But if you're connecting to the PostgreSQL you have on your system, all you need to type in here is local hosts, right? Local hosts. Okay, local hosts. Now, remember the database I want to connect to is Dennis_DB. So that is the name of my database. You can take a look at it here again. Dennis DB. All right. So type in the name of your own database. Right. So and there are two major ways you can connect to an SQL or a PostgreSQL database using Power BI. Is either you use the import connectivity or you use direct query. Right. The key difference is for imports, a copy of that database is created within Power BI. Right. So when there is a new update into the database within PostgreSQL, it's not going to reflect in Power BI until you refresh, right? But for the direct query, it's a live connection, right? So real time, anything that happens, to the database is reflected, here in Power BI. But I'll just use import, right? I'll use import. Okay. Now, I'll click on OK. All right. Click on OK, and it's asking for username, right? Username and password. Okay, so I'll go to the username is Postgres, but let me show you how that works. So now, if you look at this area of my screen where my mouse is, you see DennisDB/Postgres, right? DennisDB/Postgres. Now, Postgres is my username, right? Postgres is my username. So I'll type in Postgres in here, right? Postgres. And for the password, I'll type in the password that I used to activate my PostgreSQL environment, your pgadmin4 password, right? So that's your password. I'll type in mine, okay, and hit connect. Right? Type in mine, hit connect. So it's saying we're unable to connect to the data source using an encrypted connection. To access the data source using an unencrypted connection, click OK. So I simply click on OK. All right, simply click on OK. And you can see I have my tables, the orders table, the products table, and the property info table, just like I showed you in here, right? These three tables, have been imported. Okay, now check the tables that you need. All right, if you need just to check the two of them. So I've checked the tables. I need the three of them. Fit transform data. Okay, transform data. That takes me to my Power Query editor, and I can do my final cleaning here if there's any cleaning or transformation I want to carry out. You can do that in here. I think this looks fine, right? This looks fine. All right, this looks fine. Okay, so you can do any transformation you want to do in here, right? Do any transformation you want to do in here, and then all you need to do is close and apply. Okay, so just simply hit close and apply. All right, hit close and apply. It's going to load the tables. It's going to load the tables. So let's give it a minute to load. So it's loading my tables. And you can see the directory, right? All right, so successfully loaded. Okay, so my tables have been successfully loaded. Just in a bit now, you see it on the right here, my data pane here. Okay, you can see my tables there, the public orders, right? You can see the product table as well as the property info table, right? And if you go to model view, you'd see Power BI, has detected, just collapse this. Power BI has detected, relationships between the tables, right? So Power BI has detected relationship between the tables. So I'll just move this here, right? This here. Okay, so this is my fact table, and these are the dimension tables. My property info table, product table are the dimension tables. And I have my facts table in here. And you can see the relationship, right? So this product ID match the product ID using the one-to-many. Likewise, my property ID here. Okay, so this is good. And I can write my DAX or begin to, visualize. So I'll just create a quick column charts, right? Create a quick column charts. Okay, so let's see. Let's take product category from the products table, and let's take quantity from the facts table. And then we'll have this, right? We'll have this. You can see furnishings, public areas, housekeeping, maintenance, and office supplies. And we can all see the bars in there. So right from my PostgreSQL database, I've been able to, create a connection using Power BI and ultimately create this visualization, okay, within Power BI. All right, so that's how to create a connection between Power BI and SQL database. Cheers. See you in the next video. If you like this video, do well to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to also give a like and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of our recent videos. All right. Cheers.